Well, earlier this week, a federal court ordered the Department of Health and Human Services to release additional information about its purchases of organs harvested from aborted babies to be used to create, quote, humanized mice for HIV research. The ruling follows an initial 2019 lawsuit filed by the advocacy group Judicial Watch after its FOIA request was not adequately addressed by HHS. Joining us now to talk more about this is Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch. Welcome, Tom. Thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate it. As we mentioned, you originally filed a Freedom of Information Act request back in 2018. And I know one of the things that you asked for back then was all the documentation and the contracts between the FDA and Advanced Biosciences resources. What did you find? And also tell us about the information that was just ordered to be released.
Well, it was a catalog of horrors. I've been doing this work for, well over 20 years. I've never seen any documents like this, receipts and purchase orders for organs from aborted human beings, purchased with your tax dollars. Thymuses, livers, as the judge noted, eyes as well. And the judge was concerned in this case that it may be in violation of law. He didn't have to get to it ultimately because he ordered the release of the information we were asking for, under different reasoning. But as you and your viewers may know, you can't be in the business of selling body parts like this for anything of a valuable consideration, or I think the language is. So on top of that, the court wanted more information released because they were withholding some of the prices for the organs and the specimens, and some of the details about the other labs involved in this barbaric practice that, as I said, was being funded with your tax dollars. Now, the Trump administration stopped it for a while, and of course, there's been a repush to start it up again using COVID as a pretext. And under the Biden administration, when it comes to abortion and this type of a grotesque activity, all bets are off.
Yeah, Tom, I know in addition to the FDA, the NIH, National Institutes of Health, also bought aborted baby parts from ABR. But where did they get them from?
Planned Parenthood. I mean, that's what our understanding is. So this is what abortion's about, in part.
Yeah, for sure, Tom. Before we let you go, I also want to talk about what happened today. As you well know, today the Senate confirmed Xavier Becerra as a new Secretary of Health and Human Services. I'd like to get your thoughts on that.
Well, I think it was closely divided, Senate. I think it was one or two votes that were the difference between him getting in and being rejected. My view was not the president of Planned Parenthood available for this job? It might as well be. This is a political appointment, an extremist on issues of life, other issues related to health care and freedom of conscience. Becerra famously targeted regulations that protected the Little Sisters of the Poor and other religious groups from being forced to participate in the abortion barbarism we've been talking about. So this is a terrible appointment, and the HHS, we need someone that people can rely on, and Becerra is an extremist. So in addition to the life issues, he's going to undermine public confidence in the areas of COVID and other issues because of his radical politics and the fact that all he is a politician, and he's really not there for any other purpose than to push through an agenda. And frankly, the level of trust people are going to have in him is going to be minimal.
Well, Tom, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for your time today. Tom Fitton, the president of Judicial Watch. Great to speak with you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.